Hey, how's it going? TRX Traveler Adam here. We're getting straight into this TRX abs, shoulders, tricep and chest workout. Starting with TRX Supermans. So we're going to do these to failure. So begin by stretching right out, taking 4 seconds. So count in your head for 4 seconds. Pause for 1, 2 and back in for 4 seconds. So let's get going with that. So contract super hard and then out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, stretch the abs. Now contract them back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the abs super hard. Squeeze for 1, 2, and now extend for 2, 3, 4, and stretch the abs and hold at the top. This is hard, but keep focusing. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. And now squeeze the abs. Squeeze those abs as hard as you can. Squeeze and back for 1, 2, 3, 4. And stretch. And back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze those abs super hard, squeeze them. And then back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. Feel that stretch. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. And squeeze super hard. And back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you need to stop here, guys, that's absolutely fine. If you can continue, keep going. And we're going back out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Feeling that stretch. And back in for 2, 3, 4. And squeezing the abs as you bend over there. Squeeze them super hard. And back out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And stretch. Really feel them abs stretch out. Arch the back slightly. Bigger range of motion. And back down and squeeze. And you can see I'm struggling here, so it's not going to be many more reps. And back out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch those abs and hold it, contracting them, squeezing them, keeping the tension. And back down for 2, 3, 4. And squeeze. And that's it. And now what do we do as soon as we finish? We lengthen the straps and we're going to move on to the second abs exercise. So take your time, get the straps lengthened, get your feet in. Hand placement, you notice I'll turn them outwards so I'm not putting the pressure on my wrist. And we're going to go knees to chest. So squeezing super hard when you bring the knees to chest. Back out, and then you can see I'm arching my back to stretch the abs. If you're slightly concerned about arching your back, don't worry. Just keep a flat level and don't arch. I prefer to arch to get that stretch. I like to take the abs from a stretch position to a tight contracted position. And the same principles apply. So back for 2, 3, 4. Stretch and up for 1, 2, 3, 4. And squeeze super hard. And back, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. Up, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze super hard. And back, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. And that's it. Tiring the abs out here. If you can't do too many, guys, don't worry about that at all. Even if you can just get 1 or 2 out. We're doing a giant set here. So 1 exercise after the other. And you can see I just shortened the length of the TRX straps there for the next exercise. We're getting down for a plank. So again, what we want to be focusing on here is squeezing the abs, and we're going to rotate those hips from side to side, and you're going to feel this down the side of your abs. Really good for targeting the side of the abs. With these 3 exercises, we're doing the upper ab region, the lower ab region, and the side ab region. Always want to target the whole 3 different areas. And you can see I couldn't last long there, so I'm taking a little breath. Keep control when you're doing these, guys. Always keep those abs tensed, and it's just a simple matter of rotating the hips and gently rotating at the shoulder girdle to allow that flexion. Rotate, rotate, constantly tensing the abs. You can see I keep my bum up in the air a little bit like that, so I know that I'm constantly contracting the abs and I'm not arching my back as I do that. And now we've come to the end of the abs, those 3 exercises. You can immediately, as soon as you finish, you want to squeeze the abs, so bend over and squeeze those abs super hard. And then here you can see I'm stretching, so we want to stretch for 15 seconds. Stretch right back and really stretch out those abs. Now I like to just do 1 set of abs because I do them, most exercises, most workouts. If you want to do another set, pause the video and carry on. Otherwise, we're going to jump straight into shoulders now, and we're going to do another giant set. So here we're doing face-pulls, which targets the rear deltoid, the rear shoulders. Now, same principles apply. 4 seconds down, and I'm going to feel that stretch at the back of the shoulders. I'm pushing up, and I'm pulling my hands past my ears, and as I do that, I rotate. I rotate the hands up. So stretch, back, squeeze, super hard, pull back, and really feel those back rear shoulder muscles. Really feel them contract. Super hard squeeze at the top. And again, we're pushing these to failure. Don't worry too much about the rep ranges. Just focus on going to failure and feeling that burn. So I'm squeezing here and I'm rotating my hands up. Squeezing super hard. Back down, 4 seconds. Feel the stretch. Contract up, squeeze. And you can see I'm starting to fail here. I'm squeezing. Back down for 2, 3, 4. Stretch. And 1 more. I can just about make it. Really squeezing those back rear shoulders, rear deltoids. Really squeezing the back and rotating the hands upwards. Rotate them. You'll feel that additional squeeze. And I'm attempting 1 more. Can I make it? Yep. I must have been feeling energetic this day. You can see how hard I'm squeezing now. Hands are shaking. Still maintaining control. Very slowly down. And just do as many as you can, guys. We can all achieve different rep ranges. It's not quantity we seek, it's quality. Now it's straight into the TRX Ys here. And you'll notice I pull my shoulders forward. So I protract and I pull my shoulders forward and I'm like a bit of a zombie. I kind of have my hands loose and I just pump up and down. I'm not contracting my back right back because I don't want to bring my upper back muscles in. We're still targeting the middle and rear deltoid here. If we pull the shoulder blades back too much, the upper back takes the load and we don't want that. Same principle, 4 seconds down. Don't hang, so you don't want to straighten the arms out and you don't want to just hang because that takes the tension off the shoulders again. And straight from those TRX Ys, we're going to go into TRX Ts and the same principles apply. Just instead of a Y shape, it's a T shape. So again, you see I don't straighten my arms at the bottom. I constantly keep a bit of tension and I pump back out. It's not huge ranges of motion. It's like a pumping action. Both for TRX Ys and the TRX Ts, maintain a bit of a pumping action so you keep tension on the muscle. And you can see I can't do very many of these. This is back-to-back giant sets, so we're not stopping. And the final one, I like to call these the L's or the I's. So you can see why. It's hands above, and we're just doing gentle pumps. So come down nice and slowly. Again, you're pushing your shoulder blades forward, contract up. Little squeeze at the top there, pull back just so you get a little squeeze and slowly down. These are super hard, guys, so don't worry if you can't do too many. You can see I can only do 2 or 3 here. This is our 4th exercise in the shoulders. You're going to feel a real good pump and burn at this point. So I like to do 2 sets on these, but as always, what do we do when we finish? We squeeze. So here I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder muscles, really squeeze them super hard. You can see I'm pushing forward and I'm driving my hands forward and driving them up. And then as soon as you finish squeezing, what do? We stretch. So I'm stretching either side for 15 seconds, really wrapping that arm across and stretching it out, increasing that catabolic breakdown, increasing the blood flow. Stretch the left hand side too. Don't worry about the blood, the BR bands, the blood restriction bands. They're not necessary, they are advanced, I'd say. I don't use them all the time, I use them sometimes when I'm feeling like I want a bit of an extra pump, so to speak. They help the blood build up and maintain in the muscle, helps more catabolic breakdown, cell swelling. So I'm stretching the other one. And I advise you to pause the video now here, guys, if you want to do another set, or skip back and just repeat it again so you get those 2 sets out. Or if you just want to do 1 set and you want to carry on and continue, that's absolutely fine. You notice here I'm doing 2 different stretches from the shoulders. One is straight across, the arm straight, that targets the middle. One is where I bend the elbow around my neck and I pull right back, that targets the rear. So now we're going into triceps. And what I want you to do, you notice when I twist my wrist at the bottom here. I want you to try this, guys. So don't just go down, don't just go straight down. I want you to go down, but twist the wrist, and squeeze the bicep at the bottom there as you push up. And you'll feel such a bigger range of motion and such a bigger contraction and muscular fatigue from this. The bigger stretch we can get on that tricep muscle to the shorter contraction, the better development we're going to get. Same principle here. 4 seconds down, at the bottom I'm making sure I'm really stretching, and I do that by contracting my bicep. Contract one muscle, the other muscle must stretch. Antagonistic opposing muscles, they work in pairs. So contract back up and squeezing at the top, and as I come back down I take it nice and slow. Again, I'm probably aiming between 6 and 10 reps here, guys. You figure these out for yourself. As I say, we're all different, but this is all about the technique, getting the technique right. And again, down for 1, 2, 3, 4. There goes the twist and rotation. I pause, I stretch, and that's it, and I'm failing. So what do? Same principle. I'm contracting the triceps. How am I doing that? I'm straightening my arms and I'm pushing them back. I'm pushing them right back to get the good squeeze. Straight into a stretch. 15 seconds either side. This is functional development work, guys. This is quality over quantity. Technique mastery, replacing the mind inside of the muscle. Focusing really solely on technique and getting it right. Taking our time. Slow tempos. 4 seconds down. 1 second contract up here. 1 second at the top. I'll put the tempos and ranges underneath this video. So pause the video there if you want to do another set in the triceps. Or you can jump straight into the TRX Flys here, which is something that a lot of people struggle on when they perform them. So let's see if we can fix that. So key priority here, what am I doing? As I come right down like that, I retract my shoulder blades right back, I keep my arms bent, and I open up my chest by pulling my shoulder blades back more. As I bring my hands together here, can you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to bring my elbows together to squeeze the chest muscle, not my hands. That's going to use just the front shoulder deltoid. It's going to take the tension away from the chest. There, can you see I'm squeezing? I'm squeezing my chest muscles as if there's a pen between them. And I'm keeping them, as I come forward, they go from a bent position, and about here, I straighten them out and I try and make my elbows touch. And I'm squeezing my chest muscles. I'm really like trying to poke my chest muscles to the sky. Stretch, and the same principles here. It's 4 seconds down, guys. And then it's a contraction at the very top for 1, 2, and back down. Really focus on the stretch and really focus on the top contraction. Big stretch and top contraction. You can see I'm starting to fail here, so this is going to be my last one, I think. And I'm squeezing the chest muscles there. Again, rep range, you're looking between ideally 8 to 10 if you can. If you're finding that too much, then you need to step further forward so there's less intensity. And what do we do straight away? We contract the chest muscles. Same principle. I'm putting my hands in front and I'm trying to squeeze my elbows together. Same principle, squeezing the chest. And then finally we stretch it for 15 seconds. Now if you're looking for a TRX program, I have many on my website which I'll put the link to, and they are from beginner to advanced levels. All the programs come with teaching videos. There's a Facebook support group where we have over 1,000 members now, community now, and I'm always here 24/7 for support. Each program is in depth and details. If you're looking for a progressive workout plan to follow along and improve and achieve your fitness goal. That's exactly why I've created them. Check them out and let me know below if you've got any questions, and if you need any help choosing the right program, just send me an email at hello@trxtraveler.com and I'll help you out. A little bit of flexing here. You can see my development. I've just recently finished a little cut and I'm quite happy with the results so far. Thanks very much for watching, guys.